look a few minutes in the book of Acts, and you remember we told you it's a narrative book, and so we continue with this narrative. And remember the things that we told you. In a narrative book, it's not writing policy. It doesn't give you enough detail. It's just kind of telling you what happened. But you don't have enough detail. To get to detail of what's occurring here, you have to go into the books that were written specifically on that topic. So let's continue. Here's one. Baptized with the Spirit. Let's read. Once, when he was eating with them, he commanded them, do not leave Jerusalem until the Father sends you the gift he promised, as I told you before. John baptized with water, but in a few days you will be baptized with the Holy Spirit. So, when the apostles were with Jesus, they kept asking him, Lord, has the time come for you to free Israel and to restore our kingdom? But we want to emphasize, at that time that the water, just as John baptized in water, but in just a few days, you will be baptized with the Holy Spirit. Wow. What a confrontational type topic, you know. Baptized with the Spirit. Some people say, well, baptized with the Spirit with evidence of speaking in tongue. Okay? That's not in the text. The evidence of speaking in tongue part is not here, and that's a connection, quote, a concoction that has been brought together from two parts of narrative. And we're going to get to that part of the narrative in just a little while. But there is that topic. It is translated here. We read in the New Living Translation, by the way. John baptized in water, Jesus with the operation of the Holy Spirit. Recall that in the Old Testament, even if you don't know about the Old Testament, but those who do, that in the Old Testament, the operation of the Holy Spirit was there. And anointed men and women, a Ruth, an Esther, a Mordecai, a David, a Moses, a Daniel. We could go on and on with all of the saints, with all of the saints of the Old Testament. All right. But in the New Testament, we're going to see how the Holy Spirit is administered under the administration of Jesus, and it becomes the administration of the Holy Spirit. And in this, which some people call the church age, he is not just simply allotted to a person here and a person there, but there is a flooding of the Holy Spirit, and that is what is indicated here in this. You'll be baptized. In other words, everybody. There won't just be this individualized, operation of the Holy Spirit on individual's life, but the baptism is this corporate flooding of everyone in the church, something that had never been witnessed before, where everyone is anointed. Now, you can say, do you have the, baptism of the Holy Spirit, and that's fine. If that's what your denomination speaks, you should stay with that. That's one thing about whatever your denomination holds, that's precisely what you should hold. Okay? All right? But there shouldn't be a battle over it. Perhaps the more powerful aspect of this is the fact that it's not just about an individual's baptism in the Holy Spirit. It's about the whole church as compared to the Old Testament, where it was an individual anointed with the operation of the Holy Spirit. Everybody, there is a flooding of the Holy Spirit. That's a concept that you can add to whatever you've been talked about. Baptized